tension between Ralphie and Tony, obviously.
Meadow leaves her.
By the way,
room.
they called it X last night, you bastards. Jesse. Jesse. You're not hip because you call it X. Everyone knows they call it E now.
All right, guys. Well, great episode last night.
By the way, if Jesse's listening, call the show. We got some news for you today. Our old intern, Jesse. Thank you, Don.
See ya.
All right. Yeah, but The Sopranos rocked last night.
Stop acting auntie. Right. That's what it was.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Our old pal. Our old intern. What's going on?
I'm shopping.
You're shopping?
Yeah, for my new apartment.
What are you shopping for?
For, like, food and stuff.
Nice. Food. How was the Hoboken Festival over the weekend?
Well, other than my mishap in the morning, it was very good.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I just moved into my apartment, and apparently somehow my power went out in the middle of the night, thereby cutting off my alarm, and I didn't wake up. I was supposed to get up at like 6.
If only the power grids of all the countries were connected, Opie, this stuff wouldn't happen, just like God told us early.
So what time did you have to be at the station to go to Hoboken?
I had to be at the station about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
I say you're a lying scumbag.
And what, your power went out, so you overslept?
Yeah, so I completely overslept.
And so what happened?
So I didn't get to Hoboken. I was supposed to be in the city, and I didn't even go to the city. I didn't get to Hoboken until about 1.
1?
Yes.
And what happened to your cell phone when they were calling that?
It was charging.
Charging?
It was off.
So no one could get a hold of you, and John didn't know where you were, and he had to go there with the WOW van, right?
Yeah, and I felt really bad.
What happened, John?
Like my first event, and I screwed up. And
it was your first event?
Yes.
What happened to the train?
Well, then, so then, of course, my luck is awesome. So then I go to get the train in South Orange, and it just didn't come. The Hoboken train never came. It was supposed to come at 11:07.
I say you're a lying scumbag.
So the train never came?
Yeah. The 12:07 train came, but the 11:07 didn't.
So what? You had to be on the 11:07 train?
Well, that was the best train I could catch. That was the first one I could catch once I woke up.
Hence, you got on the 12:07, and that's why you got to Hoboken by 1.
Exactly.
I say you're a lying scumbag.
First impression.
I heard a lot of people were really pissed.
Yeah, I got there, and Earl was yelling at me, and anytime
Nothing works here.
What? What, Jess? Jess?
Earl was yelling at me.
Right.
He was just like,
anytime
Go ahead.
Anytime I said anything, he was just like, say nothing.
I say you're a lying scumbag.
And I heard the salespeople were all bummed out.
Yeah, because I was supposed to put up the banners, and I didn't get there on time. And they had to, I think one of them had to do it with John.
Oh, and this was your first...
And that was supposed to be my job, and I screwed up.
This is your first event?
Yeah.
And your alibi was a little weak. That's what.
Well, I'm not trying to make an alibi. I take responsibility for it.
I mean, what a coincidence. I mean, your electricity goes out, your cell phone's charging, and a train that is never late doesn't show up.
Well, the New York train didn't come either. The New York train was supposed to come at 11:02, and that one never showed up either.
Right.
Way to go on the first day. Huh?
Right.
Way to impress the suits.
Jesse?
Yeah.
So what do you have to say for yourself?
Just that I'm sorry, and I called Dan. I accepted responsibility for it, and I promised it would never happen again.
What did Dan say?
He wasn't there, so I left him a message.
A lot of people asking, is this the same guy that was in the fake car accident? No, we fired him.
What the hell were you thinking?
Earl's going to take great pleasure.
Earl.
Earl's in the studio.
Black Earl.
Hello, guys.
Dude,
Someone known for his work ethic. Yes,
Yeah.
Earl?
I was just so mad at this guy yesterday. I cut him no slack. He showed up at 1 o'clock. He was supposed to be there at 8. We were just shorthanded. We were killing ourselves.
Yeah, because Hoboken Festival, huge.
100,000 people.
100,000 people.
Gorgeous day.
And we only had 3 people to begin with. Jesse's not there. Now we only have 2 people, Earl and poor John.
And no, John was late waiting for him.
Jesse?
Yeah.
John here. John has a great piece of detective logic here. How could you be charging your cell phone if the power was out?
Well, that's my point. It was off, because when you charge, you have to leave it off. But then it wasn't technically charging when I got up, but it was in the charger, but off.
I say you're a lying scumbag.
This is as suspicious as the Robert Blake thing.
Yeah, did you?
So John was late because
I left my gun
Yeah,
in the
and on
restaurant.
top of it, I made John late because he was waiting for me because I was supposed to drive.
Yeah, John was waiting at the station for how long, John? Waiting for Jess, and you were calling his cell phone and really freaking out, right? Because you're new to this new job.
Yeah, I mean,
We
like,
figured John and Jesse did such a good job interning for us, we would throw him a bone, give him this job for the summer.
yeah, I mean, I waited a good amount of time, but, you know.
And then you finally had to give up, right?
Yeah, but of course, like, I was going to give him, like, a window of opportunity because I knew he would never skip out on something like that.
Right.
Just because, I just don't feel like going. So I hung out for a little while, made sure if he was coming, I didn't want to leave him behind and have him stand in NEW, and then he's really of no help to anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It's only the biggest station promotion of the entire year for WNEW, might I add.
Ryan on line 10, who was the driver of that train, wants to say sorry to Jesse. He says, Jesse, I'm sorry that the 1107 didn't make it. My alarm didn't go off. So I just didn't go to work that day.
Well, then that's understandable.
Yeah, obviously.
I see where he's coming from with that.
By the way, Jesse, they said X on The Sopranos last night, you tool.
Yeah, I was angry because there they are trying to be hip again, and they have it all wrong.
Jesse, can you hear me? Jesse. Okay. Jesse. Just make sure. Jesse? This is too good. Ben, I'm going to give this one to you.
What do you want me to do?
I'm giving this one to you.
Cool. Am I getting the silent game now?
No, I said Jesse. Didn't you hear me?
No, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Where are you?
I'm in a supermarket.
All right.
Top right.
And what are you shopping for?
Food.
This is too good, Ben. I am giving you this one.
You want to just ream them?
Whack 'em.
Whack them?
Swear to God. Jesse.
Yeah.
Ben has something to say to you.
So, Jess, you made such an impression yesterday on your first day, to work at the biggest station event of the year and completely lied your ass off. Well, you're fired!
Oh, Jesus.
So, don't come back. You're done.
Ben.
Okay.
Wow,
Ben's taking this a little too well.
This is great news.
I know Ben hasn't liked me for a while, so
Yeah, Ben hasn't liked you for a while.
I figured when he knew he would be very happy about it.
You know, Jess, I wish there was something I could do, but when Ben speaks, I don't know what to tell you. Ben's even celebrating by drinking. Smearing off ice.
What else? What else to say? Jesse?
There's nothing else I can say except I'm sorry and I don't want it to happen.
Fired!
It won't happen again.
You are fired!
Okay.
Jess.
I can't say anything else. I don't want to be fired.
Jess.
I'd like to stay and prove that it won't happen again.
Yeah. All right, Jess. All those appointments every week. Hey, guys, I have to go to the Hamptons for Easter this weekend, so I can't come to work. Or it takes me an hour to get lunch because God knows what I do. Fired. It's over.
Jess. Ben has spoken.
The council.
Your flame has been extinguished.
Oh. Any last words from Jess?
Enjoyed my time there. Hope you guys reconsider.
Nah, I mean, when Ben says you're fired, I can't stop him.
All right. That's it then, I guess, for now.
Talk to Dan about what will happen next.
Oh.
No, I mean, just swear to God you're fired.
Dan from Hoboken says, Jesse, just say your mom's box and hang up the phone.
Yeah, this will be a great trivia question someday. What are your final words, Jesse?
I really don't have any. Other than I'm going to try to prove to somebody, whether it's Ben or Dan or Craig, that I can stay on and do the job right from now on.
Jess, this came from Ben, who's much higher in the food chain than those guys.
Yeah,
I know, but if Ben won't talk to me,
huh?
but if Ben won't talk to me, then I'll have to go to somebody.
You were the weakest link. Goodbye. So that's it.
Don't cry or anything, Jesse. It's only the #1 radio market and the #1 show in New York.
Oh, Jesus. Sick ass. Taught you well. Jesse, final thoughts. It's been a nice year.
That's pretty much it. I've had a great time there, and I hope I can change somebody's mind. That's it. This is my final thoughts.
No, Jess, if you're going to leave, you got to leave. You got to, hit us with it.
I don't want to leave. You guys are telling me to leave.
Psycho Mark's final words were your mom's box. I mean, that's great.
Unfortunately, those weren't the final words.
Well, those were the final words as an employee. So, Jess.
Yeah.
Your final words. Your final thoughts.
I said them already.
Sorry. All right, that'll be the answer to the trivia question. Sorry.
Yay.
That sucks. Anything else?
Kind of down. I can't think of anything funny to say.
Dan from Hoboken, what does a straight edge guy do when he gets fired? He can't drink. That's true.
Yeah, how will you drown your sorrow?
Every time I got fired, I would drink like crazy. And now I just drink for no reason.
Maybe I'll go out and do some
X. See?
Okay.
Get some new pants.
Right, maybe I'll go out and buy some new pants as well.
Music, you tool.
All right. Someone is saying you're telling the truth about the power outage. Where was this power outage?
No.
In my apartment in Orange, New Jersey. I don't know if it was like a big outage. I just know that I woke up and my power was off in my room.
Oh, man, Kevin from Rahway. Good thing Jesse's in ShopRite. He can grab an application on the way out. Jesus Christ.
All right, Jess.
All right.
Ben has spoken.
Okay.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Listen to Stinky.
Wait, get Stinky in here. Stinky's loving this today. Stink, why are you laughing so hard?
Just because Ben's loving it so much. Because I know how much he loves it right now.
Jesus.
I walked in, it's the first thing he told me. Guess what? You know, it must be the whole story.
All right. Thanks, Jesse.
Earl seems happy too. Earl, see?
Earl, you happy about this decision that Ben made?
Oh my God, this is so mean. So funny, but yet so mean.
Earl calls me the minute the Sopranos gets off last night. This effing a-hole, Jesse. I've never even heard Earl like that.
I was
never have I heard you like that, Earl.
Mad yesterday.
You would have killed him. He would have killed him if he could have.
Yes.
I've never heard Earl like that. I should have taped
I yelled at John in the van. They were arguing like a couple of 6-year-olds. I just screamed that way because he threw his cigarettes at him, and Jesse wouldn't give them back. And I'm like, Jesse, just drive. John, just drive. And he was like, give me back the cigarettes. I'm like, John, just drive. And I'm like, John, just drive. And they both looked at me like I was insane.
So it's over, Jess. You're fired.
All right, Jess. Jesse? Is he gone?
Yeah, he's done.
Jesse? To you? Jesse? Jesse?
Fired.
Wow. Ben took such pleasure in that.
Ben never liked Jesse.
Yeah, he's just... No, I liked him. He just became a pain in the ass.
He's going to go over your head, dude.
Ooh.
He's going to go to, probably,
No, it's over. When Ben speaks, it's over. I can't stop him.
Hey.
Check in later on this week. That is as real as it gets.
Gee, I don't know what the pecking order is around here anymore. Ben's firing people.
That was very exciting. That was a lot of fun. Continue to do that. John, watch it.
Well, would you like some coffee, Ben?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Anything else I can possibly get?
All right, Ben, give me my power back. Thank you.
Now he's putting back the food he can't afford. I had the same problem. The power went out, but it was only in my room.
All right, we have to take a break.
Dude, John's
my God. Dan from Jersey. How many resumes can Jesse fit into his huge pants? Answer, who cares?
Oh, God damn, is that horrible.
Yeah.
I would love an update, and I'm sure the listeners would like to know how our Lil Ben is feeling.
And I wasn't aware that they serve tequila worms in sushi places.
Update on Ben, Steve?
Now both of his phones are off, so he's very sick.
What? I hear you.
What'd you say? The music always kicks in when you start talking. I don't know why, but
I know I can't figure that out. Ben's very sick. Both phones are off and dumping both into voicemail.
Is he sleeping? You think?
Oh wow.
I think so. I think he's in a lot of pain.
I wish he was in here. We should have spun him in a circle.
Oh. He's puking and crapping his brains out because he ate bad sushi.
Yeah,
that's what we're
saying.
hearing.
Yeah.
The reports are in.
Hopefully we'll get an update tomorrow. Usually that's a 24-hour thing, right? If you get the bad sushi.
Dude, I fucking... He'll be all... I bet he can't even be herky-jerky today. He's probably...
Oh, the second he herks or jerks, he craps himself.
He's
like
only herkying.
Like a doll that's running out of batteries.
He's just...
His messy hair is all matted down with sweat over his eyes.
Tippy Tom underwear.
The poor guy.
Oh, he's a mess.
He's more of a mess than usual.
Our poor Lil Ben.
Poor Ben. His little hedgehog body all curled up in a ball as he shivers. And he can't get the sheet to cover his big cock. Keeps flopping over the side of the bed.
Hits the floor.
Yeah.
All that body hair shedding on his bed sheets.
As he shivers.
Making a little hole in his mattress like a den. For him to just lay in, sweating in it.
Leaning over the bed, just vomiting into his bucket. Every time he sneezes, he has to change the sheets because he's shitting onto his nice bed. Shoo! Flarks. I bet you when he's in the bathroom, he looks like toothpaste being squeezed from the middle. Just both ends shooting some type of vile, smelly liquid.
We now go inside Ben's bathroom.
God bless me, dude.
That's insane.
It's nuts. It's crazy. It's insane.
Call back to yesterday's show.
Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's insane, dude.
Dude, my friend in Boston.
As he's clapping,
dude.
He's clapping and hurting and puking and shitting.
Go Sox. Oh,
bad sushi.
Toilet bowl's glowing.
Poor Ben. That big head, it's hard to get it completely over the toilet because when he bends over, his skull hits the lid, so he pukes half on the front of the seat and half in the bowl. He has to go sideways so that big head doesn't hit the upturned lid. He's clanking the septic tank. Clank.
You hate when you're sitting there like, nothing came out. I go,
and you prepare for your abs to hurt.
Oh, and it just is aching. That poor Ben.
He's been wiping his ass since 4 o'clock in the morning. It probably feels like a nice raw, like he rubbed a piece of a potato chip in between, like a sour cream and onion potato chip in between his tender ass cheeks. It's all red and sore.
First time his abs have felt any kind of workout.
Yeah.
He's going to come in with a 6-pack of abs tomorrow.
All buff, little short arms. Ben's a disaster. That's why he can't comb his hair. His arms are too short.
That poor guy's at home suffering.
Yeah, poor little T-Rex body. Can't even...
Tries to comb it, but he's herking and jerking, so his hair goes all over the place.
He probably wipes his ass by rubbing on the rug like a dog does. It's called scooting. He scoot on the rug.
Oh, dude. Yeah, poor guy.
Liquidy, awful dump.
Oh, you know it's just a bad day for him at
I'd like to see that guy from Pennsylvania giving it to Ben in his dumper while he's puking. He can't even shit. He's so filled to the rim with shame. He's being brutally raped on the radio.
Oh. Wow.
And Ben hates when we talk about his personal stuff or his cock.
I know.
I can't stop talking about it. I wish he was here.
He hates it.
Yeah.
Oh, that bathroom. Who's going to clean? Does he have a maid or something?
I hope so. A street team of some sort.
A street team. Looks like he threw a yoo-hoo into the ceiling fan. Someone's got to clean that up.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
My second chocolate beverage joke of the day.
And they were both gems.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's funny. It's dripping onto his rug. Oh, I hope his whole apartment is ruined with his shit and vomit. I hope he puked into every electronic component he has. Dude, I got shit in my cell phone.
Poor guy.
The only thing that would make me happier is if I could lift up his sheet and cut one of my vile farts and then watch his sweaty forehead be too sick to get up and just vomit.
Spray Lysol.
He can't do anything. He's going to puke like the Exorcist. Just lay there and vomit pea soup into your pillow.
Powerless. Oh, the poor son of a bitch.
That's awful.
Steve, any...
Just talked to Ben. He's on his way to the doctor, I believe.
Oh, is he listening?
He's listening. He said, "Is it you that keeps trying to call me? Knock it off."
Is he feeling a little bit better?
Not really.
Gotta go to the doctor.
He's in bed. He can't stop sweating, and
Can we call
so
out?
So he's back to normal. That's good. When can he sweat? He's one of those guys that would like be the polar swimmers who would sweat when he gets out of the little hole in the ice. Yeah. Who's that guy ice fishing naked, sweating?
Oh, he's going to the doctor.
Yeah.
So he sounds serious now.
No, he's fine.
He doesn't sound like he's in good shape.
Has
Every
he been
time
taking Pepto-Bismol or something?
Yeah. He said
We just want to say hi to him real fast.
he won't. He sees the number on the cell phone and he just won't pick it up. And then he calls my other cell and he goes, "Stop it."
Who does he think he is, Earl?
Yeah.
Is that phone etiquette?
Oh, God, is that funny?
I wanted them to hold the phone by the bowl while he was releasing.
That's what I want to hear.
Definitely.
That's what you
Ben
do.
isn't that kind of guy, though. You
Not
know,
at all.
He doesn't like. He's very embarrassed.
He's
by
very
his-
private
his
about
bodily
his
functions.
Bodily functions. I remember when we were doing dump stories. He was very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. He opens the door in the or the window in the bathroom here and freezes everybody out.
I'll bet you when he was a kid he was known as Big Duties Ben. Like, I'll bet you in kindergarten he clogged a couple of toilets, or he stood up and had the type of logs that were poking up through the seat, and the other boys and girls noticed, "Hey, it's Big Duties Ben."
Stuck with him and gave him a complex.
That's why he sweats so much. He's always nervous and they're going to stick up and give him away.
They're going to think of my little name that they gave me and taunt me with it. Big Duties Ben.
Carlos from Long Island. Ben's a-hole looks like the back of the Batmobile.
That's good.
He probably ate something bad.
Feel bad for him now. He's
How do
going
you get
to
a
the
doctor's
doctor.
appointment day of?
If it's an emergency, you know, you could kind of give him a call.
I don't
go
have a
down
doctor.
there.
Do you have a primary care physician?
No.
I mean,
No.
All right. Well,
That was an important question for me to ask in the middle
You
of
have a primary. Well, let me jot that down. I'll write it down on this application Jimmy just gave me.
in the middle of like a great comic like moment we're all laughing, and I stop it with like a dumb, unimportant, boring question. Ugh, flow killing nothing.
Your primary care physician.
Yeah, okay, let's stop with the jokes for a second. Well, do you have Aftra? Fucking bore, who cares?
well, we
What's
got
the deductible on your prescription plan?
we got South Park audio.
Yeah.
Well, we got more. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow. We're
cool.
running out of time.
Good song. Puking and shitting producer. You'll never get it out of your tiles.
Greg from Cincinnati. Ben's nickname today, Old Gravy Leg.
Oh, you guys.
Isn't that good? It's Old Gravy Leg.
You know how you wipe, you look down an hour later, and there's still a smudge on your inner thigh? Oh, you scratch it, and then your finger smells, and you're like, oh,
God.
gravy
Gravy Leg.
It's Ben.
Yeah.
Hurricane Ben sweeps through Florida, just dropping mud on all the houses.
He's probably driving, listening, just going, sons of bitches.
No, he's in the cab. He's probably got a pair of diapers on so he can make it to the doctor. Or a plastic baggie from the deli. He just tied around, put his little chubby legs through.
I wear Depends.
Don't. Every time he walks in the studio tomorrow, you gotta play the fart as he walks.
Hey, old Sparks, here he comes.
Depends.
His chubby little ass.
Yeah. Do you shit your pants? It's fantastic. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Jerry Lee Lewis writes, I'm sure his fever sack is creating a divot in his mattress as we speak.
Fever balls, sure. Hang down.
Well, we can start with what did we learn? Keith from Jersey. I learned don't take a sick day from the O&A show.
Nope.
Yeah, that would not be smart. I guess we could do a little of this.
Well, you know what it is. He's got the bends.
Nick from Detroit, what's up? Well, the front page of the Post wanted FBI hunts dirty bomb terrorists up there in Boston. It's 4 Chinese nationals described as possible terrorist suspects who passed through New York are being hunted in connection with a potential dirty bomb attack in Boston, the FBI said yesterday. The Boston Herald reported that the Chinese were involved with 2 Iraqis, but Boston Mayor Thomas Menino said he had no information about that.
I have no information about anything.
Why don't they just call up Ben? Well, I'm sure he knows everything about the situation.
I know Ben's hard at work in the office. That's what he does these days. But he has to come in here because he was losing his mind. We got in, and he's like, you hear what's going on in Boston? You know, when they find these 4, they're going to kill him.
His friends have already been calling him. His friends have already called up Ben, and the little gossip circle is going already. And Ben, he knows everything, so he probably knows where these people are. Tell him.
What do you think the dirty bomb is going to be? It's going to be an M80 wrapped up in Ben's underwear.
Yeah, but he's already gossiping back there in the office about this. So.
Oh, he's gossiping, wondering how the Pats fit into this whole thing.
Dude, Brady was doing coke with one of those guys, and then Psycho Tim came, and there was 2 Iraqis with him.
Yeah, but
these guys better not show up in Saudi.
It's going to be funny if Ben's in Boston, and then they can pull down his trousers because they think he's smuggling a dirty bomb in the front of his jeans. That couldn't be real, son.
The bomb, the Iraqis, and all the Asians.
Ben, what's going on with the dirty bomb?
We're going to kill him. Those 4 gooks, you know, they're dead. I already got friends up in Boston. Like, I hope we find them before the cops do.
They've already called you?
Yeah. I've had friends up all night hunting for them. You know, they're all drunk. I'm like, guys, come on. They're still up.
Ben's drunk friends are hunting the Asians.
Psycho Tim is leading the search for the 4 dinks.
Boston is so self-sufficient.
Oh, it's hilarious.
They don't need anything. Like, they're already hunting for him. Don't send any FBI. No one from Washington. We got it covered up here.
I can't even listen to Ben anymore because Jim does such a great job with the impression that it is so funny when he comes in here now. You've nailed it.
It's hysterical.
The one thing you need to do is how he claps his hands as he does his gossip too.
Don't.
Maybe that's why I'm going nowhere in show business. My 2 best impressions are Steve C. and Ben Sparks. Maybe I should work on Nicholson or Iggy from Taxi.
What's going on, Ben? Nothing. Why are you laughing?
Where do your friends have the Asians?
No, I just tried calling them because you guys were talking about, they're running around, you know.
They're running around.
Can somebody tell Lisa Loeb glasses that his dumb friends are not going to find anybody?
I also noticed that Ben has decided to grow his sideburns a little longer. Yeah, he's adding a...
Have you added another level onto him?
Look.
I messed them up the other day when I was shaving.
Did you?
Mm. Why are you growing your sideburns? Are they remaking Who'll Stop the Rain?
Wow! That's brilliant, dude.
Are awful to him. What did he say?
I love him, though.
He just grabs his head. He goes, I'm not going to win. And he just walks out the door.
Yeah, he knows.
But I love Ben. He's one of my favorite people.
He is really, really
look like an
fun.
English historian with that face there.
Ben is a mess on so many levels, but you can't not like Ben.
Isn't he great? If we do go down to Washington, if we don't have our nor'easter, I am so looking forward to hanging out in the hotel bar with Ben. Like, he's just fun to hang out with.
I almost said never a dull moment, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
He's always got something to talk about, and he's usually pretty accurate.
Yeah, of course he is.
Although sometimes he's not. Ooh.
Are we staying at that cool hotel? Nice.
The Rouge, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Announce it to everybody. I say the cool hotel, so I'm not saying the name. Ben knows exactly what I'm saying, and you just announce the name.
What an idiot.
Ben. Eric wonders why he doesn't get to go to New Orleans, stuff like that.
And Ben's hand goes up, he's exasperated. I wish Pat were here to alleviate the tension. Yeah, why not just give him the room number?
Yes, Ben?
And I think we're going to get Elo on, too, to talk about our schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
No, that's Mini Lo.
They're sending Jim a packet of human resources stuff to read.
Are they really?
Yeah.
A packet?
Cool. Yeah.
How heavy is it? I'm wondering how far I'll be able to throw it unopened.
Yes. Ben's friends still searching for the terrorists. Thank God they're on the job.
Well, get them, folks. The A team for alcoholics.
We need one more update from Ben. I'm sure he's in constant contact with his Boston friends. Let's see if they're getting close to the Chinese terrorists and the dirty bomb.
Oh, he's instant messaging people and herking and jerking. Clapping. Topical. Would have Ben light another match?
Yeah.
Why?
Ben just go around lighting matches?
Yeah, Ben's thing today is just lighting matches.
And
I go, why? And he's like, because I had them in my pocket.
I was in the office, and I was like, is something burning? And Ben's like, ah! He starts laughing. I was like, no, Ben's lighting matches for some reason.
He must be cutting gassers. I bet you Ben is farting.
Oh,
and he's
to cover
embarrassed
it up.
by it. Yeah.
That's Big Duty back in kindergarten.
Yeah, he can't help it. He would make little stinkies. Big Duty and little stinkies.
And they would make fun of him, and he would be embarrassed.
Yeah.
So now he's affected by that, so he lights matches to cover it up.
It was probably a running joke in kindergarten. Oh, Ben, the teacher.
Call him Lil Stinky Ben.
After the show yesterday, except for, we did do a meeting.
Yes, we had our meeting.
I got to acknowledge something for the whole team. We are a collection of assholes.
Yeah, well, we know
We are
that.
a collection of misfits.
Apparently everyone down here knows that, too.
We are a collection of guys that have serious mental issues that we don't want to acknowledge.
Lunatics.
I mean, I look around. I know I got my problems, and I look at all you guys and go, God damn it, I'm not alone here, thank God.
People would think some kind of successful program or anything that is a success has people involved that are, with it. They're on an even keel. Everyone's intelligent and not crazy. And this show,
I think we're all really smart. But
I know that. But I'm just talking about we are complete.
But we
lunatics.
I think this is how I look at it. I think we're all of us that work for this program are highly intelligent, but the problem is we really need people to dress us in the morning.
Yeah.
Like something is missing in our brains.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're retarded. In some way we're all retarded, and you look at the show and think, no, it's a successful show. They have to have their shit together and everybody's got it. No, we don't. I was looking around yesterday just going, what a collection of retards we have working for us, that we are. It's just, the show just rolls along on its merry retarded way every day. Somehow gets on the air.
It's held together with, duct tape.
Oh, by our fingernails we're hanging on because everybody involved with this program is a lunatic. Just a retard. But every day, somehow, a show gets pumped out.
Yeah, it sure does.
I don't know how it works. And you got to wonder if that's how just everything is in the world.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how together you think everybody is involved with anything that works and that's successful, maybe behind the scenes everyone is just an ass.
Well, everyone is anxious to hear about our meeting yesterday, Anthony.
Our big meeting.
Ooh. And this is where I just have finally realized we're just a bunch of assholes.
Mm-hmm.
We've been complaining about the studio in New York for, 6 months?
Yeah.
And for the most part, it's a great studio, and it's great to be up there and working for XM. But, we got to fine-tune the place, right? And lately it's been, a lot of bitching about the equipment and the phones and this and that. So they finally set up this incredible meeting with the A-Team down here.
The A-Team.
These guys are they are, I don't know, they're just a bunch of geeks that just know how to get things done.
They're problem solvers.
Yeah, problem solvers, and they're coming to New York when we go on vacation. And when we get back on April 11th, everything's going to work perfectly, right?
Ah, we can dare to dream.
So we're in this conference room making sure that everything's going to be done. They're asking all of us individually, so what's wrong with your part of the studio? What's wrong with yours, Ann? What's wrong, Jim? What's wrong?
Isn't that great? They're getting everybody's input on what's wrong, writing it down, and they're going to fix every problem.
And I believe this was a high-powered meeting,
Yeah.
And
big guys, you know what it is? It was guys that really don't have time to waste to sit there and do anything, but these guys are always doing something around here. There's plenty of stuff for them to do.
Yeah, because they're taking us very seriously, and they want the equipment to work fine when we get back from vacation.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony and Norton spent the whole meeting staring at Ben's hog.
And laughing like retards.
And that's when I said, man, this show is in trouble.
This
was supposed to be the big meeting where we take care of all problems.
I tried so hard to take everything seriously, and then I look over at Jim, and Jimmy's just pointing. He's pointing. You know, Jimmy's to my left, and Ben was to my... No, Jimmy's to my right, and Ben was to my left. So I look over at Jimmy, and he's pointing over me. So I follow his finger, and he's pointing right at Ben's mule, which, as the way he's been sitting, and his pants was just like puffed up like a Jiffy Pop ready to explode right there.
Looked like he had the new studio in his pants.
Yeah. So now I'm staring at it and just laughing hysterical, and we're both staring at it. And Ben realized what we're doing and became so self-conscious for the entire meeting. He then like tried to cross his legs and turn. He goes, "Oh, you guys are assholes," and like turned his back to us, and we could still see. So he tried to hide it with some paper.
But he turned towards Ope, and Ope goes, "I don't want to look at it.
I don't want to look at it."
Well, no,
like, "Oh, you guys are assholes."
Yeah, he turns toward me and he goes, "These guys are being dicks. I got to sit this way." I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to look at it either, man."
So he covers it with some paper, and after a little while, when he kind of forgot about it, I just slowly lean over and started pulling the paper away. He's like, "Knock it off!" And me and Jimmy are laughing so hard. I was crying. I had tears coming down my face. And the guys in the meeting were so pissed off. They just finally were like, "Well, is there any other problem, or is this meeting just going to degenerate further?" And I'm like, "No." And then I try to blame Jimmy. I go, "It's him. He's making me laugh." And then Jimmy goes, "It's not me. It's Ben's mule." Trying to blame Ben's mule.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the big meeting.
That was the big meeting. The reason we were down
where we
here.
settle our differences, but instead we had they wanted to know what was going on in Ben's pants again.
Yeah, Jim was also asleep early in the meeting. He fell asleep.
Yeah, that was awful.
And it's hard. I can never look at Jim in these meetings because I can't. You guys can get away with laughing all these. Jim's saying stuff before even the whole shenanigans with me.
Oh, I know.
And I can't even look over to Jim because somebody's going to start laughing. And then there's the whole other thing with something that you guys were recording yesterday that I couldn't stop thinking about, you know, when you were recording in the studio.
And you want to laugh.
Yeah, I couldn't stop.
Well, another thing that was just horrible that made me laugh my ass off with Jimmy. We're
Dude, your mic stinks, by the way.
My mic is so bad, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse the whole time. It's slowly fading into nothingness.
Well, when you turned your head, it sounded a little better.
Yeah, they did something inside. I think
they did?
might have cranked it up or something.
Because at first I was like, it wasn't bad, but it's
starting to, like, it'll go away. I think my hearing was going.
Now the mic sounds perfect.
Now it sounds okay.
It sounds really good. All right, go ahead.
We're on the lunch line upstairs. They have a great little cafeteria.
Oh, I forgot about this.
At XM. Nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave the compound.
Well, that's what's cool about this place. It's like you're in school.
Yeah, it is. You like it.
You meet in the cafeteria and you
hang out with your friends.
And you see the group of girls over there.
But you got to eat your lunch because you got things to do afterwards.
Yeah,
class is starting.
It's really interesting.
Just sitting, we were in the cafeteria and getting our lunch, and they had wonderful stuffed green peppers with some kind of red sauce and macaronis inside.
Which, by the way, before you say what you're going to say, that's what I was going to order for lunch.
That's what you're going to order.
I was so about the stuffed pepper. I was like, I love stuffed peppers.
Yeah.
I haven't had one in a long time until Jimmy said what he had to say.
Nice little Hispanic guy working behind there. He'll dish it out for you. And Jimmy walks up and... what did you ask for when you pointed at the stuffed peppers, Jimmy?
Well, there was chicken, and I said I'd like some chicken, and I pointed at the pepper and said I'd like some chicken and a little of the Peterson boy.
And it just made it so we couldn't eat.
I decided to pass on the stuffed pepper after that.
The Peterson boy.
Yeah, it was just awful.
It was very uncalled for.
Oh, it was awful, but that had me laughing the whole rest of the day. So like, I kept thinking about it. We're in these meetings, and I'm just laughing like an idiot. And that's why they think we're all retarded. We don't take shit seriously.
We only had one meeting.
Oh, one meeting. Well, no, we had kind of another one after that one.